Garrett, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while since you've been on Game Club.
No, I was on Mega Man. I think we just talked about it.
Mega Man?
Yeah, last week.
2.5.
Oh, geez. Okay. I remember Chris was on. You were on too?
I think I was. Maybe not. No, maybe I wasn't. You guys talked about it after the show.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. You're confusing me.
Yeah,
but Garrett, this is Garrett. Everybody, Garrett.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm a big gamer. Okay, not really, but
I mean, he's really tall. And he's actually not that
big
tall.
gamer. I love games. I just don't have time, which is sad. But I give up many things.
That is not an excuse that
it's not
gamers
that games
accept.
aren't fun and important to me. Like, and what I'm trying to say is, I don't say that to be condescending to gamers.
Game Club confessional.
I just don't have time to play games. Oh, lots of other things that I love to do. I just don't have time for. I don't know. Is that hard? Is that mean? I don't know.
It's not mean.
2
It's just
kids, grad school, job,
priorities, Garrett.
podcasts.
Priorities.
Gaming is life.
I would love to, but I just don't.
You watch Netflix shows, and you're
I
allowed
do.
to watch
I
them.
do, because that turns into time with spouse watching Netflix instead of like, hey, babe, I'm gonna go in here by myself and you just do whatever you want. And I know I haven't seen you all day, but
have you not heard of playing Telltale games with your significant other?
well, she doesn't like
Telltale games.
what do you call the Walking Dead or? But there was like a Full House Telltale game. Maybe she would. Maybe we could play that.
My wife and I finished the entire Halo Reach campaign on like our 3rd date.
I mean, well, we actually
Take that.
Girls do that. See, when we were dating, we all would get together and play Resistance: Fall of Man. She was like, co-op, right? She's like, just help me shoot aliens in the face. Like, we'll play the game together, and we play lots of video games together.
So buy a game that's just like Resistance: Fall of Man, but it's
Well, she wouldn't like that now because
recently made, and be like, hey, let's play.
This
We're
is not
going back, nostalgia.
This is not the topic of this episode.
It is now.
But good co-op games to suggestions, and maybe I could get a PS4 out of it. We'll see.
All right, okay. Can I sell you my PS4?
What? You're gonna get a Pro?
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I need something to tip me over, is what it is. Okay, so
no, James, because I'm gonna get a Pro. Why would I want your friggin' second-rate trash PS4
console?
Yeah.
All right. So the real point of this video is not even to talk about the PS4 Pro or dating, but to talk about the Nintendo Switch. And it's right around the corner. It's about to release. And I think the question on a lot of people's mind is, should we be purchasing this thing? Is it a worthy purchase? I'm not even sure yet. Last night I was thinking, maybe I will buy it. I could just play it in bed, right? Just like right there, just on the screen.
I feel like more than ever, people are maybe just because we're in the whole gaming YouTube thing, but people just really want to rewatch reviews and they're just unsure.
But here's what. So I was thinking last night, I could just play it in bed. That'd be great. I mean, that's a good reason to buy it. And then I thought, well, will I have any games I want to play? Right. Will there be games on it that I can play in bed that I want to
play Zelda? Hands down, you're gonna play Zelda.
Yeah, but I can get that on the Wii U. It's coming out on both.
Can you play that in bed?
No, not the. Well, technically yes, but it'd have to be like in the same room, which my Wii U's not in my bedroom.
What about a remote desktop app on an iPad and an Xbox wireless controller? You could be in bed.
This is getting complicated.
Well, even PS3, you could do remote. Back in the day, you could do remote desktop
with a PlayStation Vita or PSP. Yeah. So, what it came down to was, does it have the games I want to play? So I thought we would do a video now today on what are the games confirmed for the Switch, and maybe this will help myself, yourself, our viewers decide whether the Switch is a good purchase, right? Should you be getting it day one, month one, whatever? And so the list I have is unfortunately in ABC order. I'm getting it from GameSpot. Thank you, GameSpot, for compiling a confirmed list.
Thanks for being sponsored by our show also.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So I mean, ABC order is not necessarily the most interesting order, but it's what we got. So starting the list, we have 1-2 Switch. I think that's a good one. Have you heard of the 1-2 Switch?
Yeah, we you don't look at the TV.
Reveal, yeah.
You look at each other. You do
bunch of different mini games. Tons of mini games. There's one where you're milking a cow. Competitively milking a cow.
Who would not want to competitively milk? That's probably an actual competition somewhere in like Switzerland or something.
Probably is, I think.
Probably in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of game that you convince your friends and family to play at a party. That makes it fun when you get everybody together.
It's the Wii Sports of the Switch.
Like it's the one that you feel good for an hour that you actually own a Switch because you had a bunch of friends over that enjoyed it, and then they go away and you're like, now what?
Yeah.
I'd rather have tennis than cow milking.
Cow milking? You don't like cow milking? Okay. So there's 1-2 Switch. There's also the notoriously difficult 1001 Spikes. I don't know if you ever played this. This was I'm not sure if it was an indie game proper, but it looks like an indie game. It's, smaller game, 8 kind of bit graphics. You get 1,001 lives total. There's no extra lives.
Sounds like a lot.
And you have to get through a bunch of levels that are all filled with spikes, and they're kind of puzzly and platform challengey, and you die, and you die, and you die,
Like a
and you
Super Meat
die.
Boy or something kind of deal.
Right, and you have 1,001 lives.
Then what? The game's done. It like this self-destructs.
Yeah, you have 1,001 lives to get to the end.
What happens after that?
You gotta start over if you don't make it.
Oh, start over. So you die, but you start right. You respawn right at the where you die.
No. Like if you run out of your 1,001 lives, you start from the beginning of the game.
Right, but you don't
Yeah.
start from the beginning of the game every time you die. So
No. You start from that level.
How long does it take to get through 1,000?
A level is like 1 frame, by the way. It's like your television
So you keep
frame.
progressing through the game. Yeah, if we take.
It's
this long,
really hard.
Okay.
It's a really hard but very fun game.
sounds dumb.
Also another Wii U exclusive, ARMS. That's the one that's like guns plus boxing. Have you seen this?
Oh, but I saw.
It's like arena boxing, except you're not next to each other.
Yeah, the
Instead,
ribbon arms.
you're shooting your hands that are like connected to almost like slinkies at each other.
But you're holding the Switch controllers.
We
Right.
should get a couple of slinkies. And this could be good.
Also, a really big indie game that's still beloved by its fans, The Binding of Isaac. The Afterbirth Plus version is coming out on the
Afterbirth.
Switch.
That's a terrible name for a game.
Oh, you haven't played.
Afterbirth.
You haven't heard. Binding of Isaac is, of course, a reference to Isaac being taken to Abraham. Taken by Abraham to be sacrificed. So this doesn't have any like proper like the level from if you just watched it being played, you wouldn't think it was biblical at all. It actually looks a lot like the old NES Zelda dungeons where you kind of go in room by room.
Yeah.
Except the movement's much more fast and fluid and the art style a lot better. So that's what it looks like, but the story has in it a lot of religiosity, a lot of references to Christianity and Judaism. Sort of like implied without saying it is this seems to be a boy who is like locked up by an abusive religious mother. And so there's just a lot there, and it's a game that's very replayable because as you play it, it's a roguelike. So every time you play it, it's like all the levels are different.
Cool.
Moving on, Cave Story. That was a big game, another kind of puzzle platformer game. Also, some game I have no idea what it is, but maybe you do. Cube Life Island Survival. Sounds like shovelware.
What's
It might be
shovelware?
awesome. Shovelware is just like those game companies that just pump out trash games
that
that
sounds fun, 'cause
just to sell in
That
mass.
sounds like a Minecraft game. Would you call it Cube Life Survival Island?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, so it's like a
Minecraft is not shovelware, FYI, but
no,
still.
but the games who come out like Pixel Guns or whatever that game is called, like people,
I see. So you're saying it
Remakes.
sounds like from the title they're going after the Minecraft crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Also, Disgaea 5 Complete. That's a Japanese RTS RPG game. It's kind of like, did you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics? Similar type of game. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 will be coming out.
Is Vegeta in it?
Yes, of course.
Okay, that's all I know.
It's basically all the Dragon Ball. At this point, the Dragon Ball fighting games is every DBZ character and then some.
I know Goku, Vegeta, Gohan.
Trunks.
That's it.
Do you know most of the Dragon Ball names are somehow humorous jokes?
Oh no.
So like,
And Vegeta sounds pretty humorous.
well, like so Trunks, that's underwear, right? His mom is Balma. That's a bra in Japanese. His grandpa, who's Balma's dad, is Dr. Briefs. All the Saiyans are named after vegetables. Vegeta is vegetable.
Okay.
Goku's Saiyan name is Kakarot. That's carrot in Japanese. And it keeps going. They're all joke names.
Hilarious Japanese they are.
All right. Also, Dragon Quest Heroes 1+2, so it's a collection containing both games, and Dragon Quest X and Dragon Quest XI, all coming to this game. People love the Dragon Quest games. They're very traditional JRPGs, except for 11. I believe that's an MMO. I might be getting the wrong number there. Dungeon of Czar, Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. Again, Chris, is that impressive to you?
No.
Chris loves PC, but he doesn't want PC from 2011.
Exactly.
It's a remake, is that right?
Yeah, it's just a port, really.
Yeah.
A port of Elder Scrolls to make it look like Skyrim, to add Skyrim parts to it.
No, Skyrim is part of the Elder Scrolls series.
Oh, so now instead of calling it Skyrim, they're calling it Elder Scrolls.
No,
It was always called
Skyrim
Elder
is
Scrolls.
the 5th in the series.
Got it.
It's always like
I had
small.
the game. I should know that.
It's small font Elder Scrolls
Yeah,
5,
yeah.
big font Skyrim.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So also
Who would want to play that now? I don't get it.
exactly.
That's the question.
Yeah. Also, the puzzling, like it's always been puzzling to me that these are so popular, but Farming Simulator is coming. People love these
I don't know.
simulator games where they do nothing but mundane jobs.
Yeah.
Also, Fast RMX, FIFA. They're saying that FIFA's coming to Nintendo Switch. People are curious whether it's going to be the full-fledged version of FIFA we find on the other consoles, or if it's going to be like the Wii U, which actually was actually the
Express.
the Wii U version was actually the Xbox 360 version updated to Wii U instead of being the PS4 Xbox One version.
Are they able to fit all of Skyrim on this platform?
Well, the
Well, Skyrim is 5 years old, so
right. Well,
So it's a pretty big map and data.
well, it has 32 gigabytes onboard storage, and it can take up to a 2 terabyte SD card.
I guess I just meant if you can play Skyrim in its full entirety, why can't you play some soccer game?
Well, it's because of the power of the FIFA. You
Okay.
know, yeah.
the power of the FIFA.
Well, it's a mixture of two things. It's a mixture of the power required, but also how much is that company willing to make their game work on your console?
How bad is that? Is
Optimization.
that the system isn't even out yet, and we're wondering if it can play the games that are already coming out?
Exactly. We got a problem here. Fire Emblem coming out.
That's Pokemon, right?
2 versions. No.
I mean,
What?
what's Fire Emblem?
Fire Emblem is another sort of strategy RPG.
Is it based on another?
No, it's based
Well,
on Fire Emblem.
All right.
But
I don't wanna think
you'll
about-
remember it from Smash Brothers. There's Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers.
Okay, who are they?
Marth is one of them.
No, yeah. I know that
All
guy.
the people that use swords who aren't Zelda
Yeah.
related.
Marth was OP. Everyone would pick him, and it's like, okay, I'm here over here with Jigglypuff, and you have like a guy with a sword.
Well, whose fault is that?
Well, I mean, you can't play the same person every time just to win.
You're complaining
Like,
that you brought a knife to a gunfight.
I mean, because I play with junior high and high school students, so it's like, okay, you want to be Marth because you want to win every single match, but I want to play to have fun sometimes, so I'm gonna be Luke and
Yeah.
all those.
So all
kids.
those characters that kind of look like Marth as well, they're kind of like anime
Yeah.
sword-bearing characters. They're all Fire Emblem
Yeah.
characters.
Okay.
So there's 2 Fire Emblems. There's a traditional numbered series Fire Emblem coming to Nintendo Switch, and then another one called Fire Emblem Warriors. Also, Graceful Explosion Machine. And now we got to
Okay.
look up what that's all about. That sounds, awesome.
Yep.
Graceful Explosion Machine. Has Been Heroes is coming out. That's kind of an indie game. Hollow Knight is coming out. Human Resource Machine. 2 machine games
It's
here.
like farm simulator, but for someone on human resources. That sounds terrible.
An RPG that has a cult following, you might call it, or just like a niche following called I Am Setsuna is coming out. A lot of people are, I believe that's also on PlayStation. People like it there. I bet they're excited that's coming to the Switch. Jackbox Party Pack 3. I think that's those you don't know Jack
those
games.
are fun. We play them a lot on our Amazon Fire TV.
So would you say that's worth getting on a Nintendo Switch?
Well, let me ask, can you? Probably not, because the way that it works on Jackbox is that you can have up to like 16 players or whatever, and they log in with their cell phone, and their cell phone becomes the remote. So you don't need to have a remote for everybody. And some of the games, there's one called Drawful, and so it's a drawing game where you're given a word and you know what the word is, and it's really random, right? So it might be like cat driving a convertible. So you have to drive a cat driving a convertible the best that you can, and everyone has a minute to draw, or 2 minutes. You draw, and then bam, then the game starts, and you show the person's drawing, and you have to guess what it is. And if they get it right, you both get a point. The person who drew it and the person who didn't draw it, and then yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, you're
how would
getting
you
into
how would you do that on Switch?
No,
would
that
not be
makes
near as
sense
fun?
because the Switch uses cell phones for some of its features.
Oh, it does.
So I bet that they'll just continue that cell phone thing with Jackbox.
I don't know. You could there's an app for something like that for Switch.
Yeah, well, apparently, so when you use the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, all of your like party features are built into those. Where like if you want to start a party and then go play some multiplayer game, you do that through the system. But apparently, with the Switch, you have to use a cell phone. That's the word
It's in
out in
the
the
cloud or
street.
something like that. So this game
Right.
is all like you go to on your phone. You don't even download an app. You go to the website.
So my point being is like Switch is already using smartphones for console features. So I
Yeah.
imagine it wouldn't be hard to get this Jack game doing the same
That's
thing.
cool.
Just Dance 2017. My daughters love that game.
Sure.
They're probably going to want to play it on the Switch now. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which if I'm not playing it on the Wii U, I'll be playing it on my Switch.
Is there any advantage to playing on the Switch?
Graphics a little bit better. It's also, you can take it on the go.
Is
Right.
Switch? I'm sure we answered this last time. Is it 4K or 1080p?
It is not 4K.
Wow.
It's when it's docked, I think it can do up to 1080, but that doesn't mean every game will. And when it's not docked, the screen is 720. But of course, the screen is not much bigger than my cell phone, so it's a 7-inch screen. So 720 is fine.
Yeah.
Still not as good as a Samsung phone in that regard. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of phones that are 4K
I have
now.
a 4K screen.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But of course, we're paying like 3 times as much for these phones as you would for a Switch.
Same with controllers. Yeah.
So, Lego City Undercover. Lego games are super fun, especially
Yeah.
for families. On that note, Lego Worlds as well. Little Inferno. I almost read Little Nemo. That's the opposite. Little Inferno. I'm looking forward to, although it's going to have a lot of features I'm interested in. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I already
Okay.
own Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U.
Wow.
So I think one of the things they're pushing is it's coming with battle mode, which the
Okay.
Wii U version didn't have.
Which is my favorite mode.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be worth it to you. I don't really care about
No,
battle
no.
mode. I want more tracks.
I don't like that they're not just going to come out with a new Mario Kart. I think it just kind of communicates the wrong
It's
message.
a port.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
porting a lot of things.
Yeah, they are.
It's kind
Yeah.
of weird they wouldn't just drop new content.
Well, they're a limited company. They only have so many resources. But we'll see. So I think this is less about
Does Nintendo own Pokemon Go?
they own a share in the Pokemon company. Pokemon Go is a
Because they
Pokemon
made
company.
like $18 billion
product.
last summer, so they should be fine, but whatever.
Yeah, that's not all Nintendo's money.
All right.
So the Pokemon company is an independent company, and Nintendo owns shares in it.
Got it.
I don't know how many shares, but some.
6.
Minecraft is coming out for this, which I'm surprised. When Microsoft bought Minecraft, when they bought whatever the company is that owns Minecraft, Mojang, yeah. I thought, well, they won't take it off of anything it's on now, but going forward, it'll become a Microsoft exclusive with like further updates. It won't be released on any competitor consoles going forward. If a Minecraft 2 ever comes out, it'll be an Xbox One only game or something like that.
Yeah.
But Microsoft has been good on its word. They said they were not going to restrict Minecraft, and they haven't restricted it.
Yeah.
It's coming out in the Switch after
Cool.
all of this time.
That people will be popular. People buy
Yeah.
that.
Minecraft Story Mode, which is a Telltale game,
Yeah.
using Minecraft, the world, and lots of very famous comedians' voices.
Have you played it?
I have.
It's on the tablet too.
With my
right?
daughters, I've played the first 3 episodes. I want to finish it. It just
on the Wii U.
no, we played it on the PS4.
I want to try it. It sounds
Yeah.
fun.
But Telltale games
Do you
are
get to
always
mine and craft at all? Or
no.
is it
It's like a
just-
story. It's a
just clicking.
similar.
Yeah, I don't
It's
wanna
like
buy it
it's like a classic Telltale game.
I never played Telltale. Okay, I don't want to
Okay.
play it now.
We'll talk about that
Chris
more.
is lame, right?
I don't like Telltale
Okay.
games.
I love Telltale games. Chris
Alright.
is wrong. I'm right.
Chris likes games, not stories.
Also coming out is Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, NBA 2K18. Those NBA games sell quite a bit, so that's a big one for Switch to have. Imagine NBA on the go. If you loved NBA games, now you could have it on the go. That's a pretty big sell.
That's so 1994 with a Sega Genesis.
Okay,
I'm just saying, on the go should not these days.
that's true.
Yeah.
Nobunaga's Ambition Sphere of Influence is coming out. Whatever that is. A game called Oceanhorn Monster of Uncharted Seas. Now, that's an interesting game. It is imagine in your head right now a 16-bit Zelda game. No, actually, excuse me. Not a 16-bit Zelda game. Wait.
64-bit.
No. Excuse me. Not a 16-bit Zelda game. Imagine Wind Waker.
Cartoony. I love
And
Wind
that
Waker.
is this game. They literally made a Wind Waker 2 and called it Oceanhorn instead of Zelda.
You get a boat and you have
It's not made by Nintendo, which is why they couldn't call it Zelda Wind Waker
I
2.
love Wind Waker.
Yeah. So if you
I mean,
love
I
Wind
loved it.
Waker,
It was fun.
you're going to love Oceanhorn.
I like the idea of it kind of plays on my desire for like the free world kind of
And friends.
space game.
And
no, like
friends.
you go to you were like sailing somewhere and you were like along the horizon. You see a planet and then an island, and then you go there and you explore the island. I mean, it was really
Yeah.
cool.
Also coming to the Nintendo Switch is the most ridiculously named RPG from Square Enix ever. Project Octopath Traveler.
All right.
Say that 3 times fast. Also, Project Sonic 2017, which nobody cares about because it's Sonic, and who cares about Sonic? Not a single person.
No one knows that.
Puyo Puyo Tetris is coming out. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. Now that's a really cool game, especially for multiplayer.
Okay.
You can have up to 4 players. In other Rayman games, I'm assuming it's the same with this one.
See, my wife loves Rayman. Well, not loves. She remembers playing Rayman games.
We're not talking about everybody loves Rayman.
No.
I know. I'm just messing with you. You can have up to 4 players on the screen.
On the PS3 or was it the Wii?
Both.
You could buy the older games, PS1 games or whatever. We would do that, and she would play that. It was so stinking hard. Like, what the heck? Like, PS1 games were so hard.
Yeah.
You have 3 lives, like per then you die, then you start over.
Some game now called Redout. I don't know how to say that. Also a game called Rhyme, which has a troubled development history. I believe it was originally a PlayStation exclusive, and without any reason, they never explained why, but Sony just released it. They're like, we don't want this to be an exclusive anymore. And I believe I might be, if I'm confusing my stories, I apologize, but I believe that this was the company that not only did they get released from Sony, but Sony asked for all of their dev kits back. They famously took them back suddenly.
Whoops, I lost it. Sorry.
Also, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13. Wow, there's 13 of those now. That's a long-running game all the way. I remember there being Romance of the Three Kingdoms back on the Super NES. Shin Megami Tensei game. That's a very popular JRPG. You might know. Well, is that Shin Megami? Yeah. Anyway, so a very popular JRPG. Shovel Knight, which I love. You ever play Shovel Knight, Garrett?
No, but I've seen it.
Basically, imagine every good thing about the 8 and 16-bit era and make it one good game, one great game. So having the map of Mario 3 where you can kind of semi-pick the direction you go, and there's levels. Having bosses like Mega Man.
What about the abilities? Like, you run over this mushroom and now you can shoot fire.
Nothing quite like that, but like Mega Man, where you pick up abilities as you beat bosses.
Okay.
And those help you navigate levels, and you can backtrack to levels where there's area, there'd be a little ledge. You couldn't get to that until now you have this ability that allows you to jump farther or something.
Yeah.
And they've created DLC since the first release that adds new kinds of characters to play through the game with.
Yeah.
And it changes up everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a great game. If you like 8-bit or 16-bit style games, Shovel Knight is a top tier modern version of that. It's a really good game. I suggest it. So Skylanders Imaginators, I didn't know they were still making Skylanders games. Snake Pass, Snipper Clips, Cut It Out Together. This is another exclusive NES game.
Cut It Out Together.
Yeah. And Sonic Mania. Again, who cares about Sonic games?
I don't know.
Not a single person.
They own that. They probably bought that, and they probably paid a pretty penny for the Sonic rights, and they're hoping to cash out. It's not working.
Also, Spelunker World.
All right.
And not big to me, but a lot of people like this game. Splatoon is getting a sequel, Splatoon 2. My kids like it. It's basically Nintendo said, we want the multiplayer of a Call of Duty, but we don't want people getting shot to death. So what can we do? Paint guns. They shoot paint.
Okay.
And instead of it's really not about shooting each other with the paint so much as getting to goals before the people and using your paint to obstruct them. You can shoot them with the paint and it will hurt them, but it won't kill them. It will just sort of make them pop and then reform in another part of the level or something like that.
Okay.
And it's a pretty neat game. People are claiming that Splatoon 2, though, doesn't look like a true sequel so much as another port that they didn't want to call a port.
Yeah.
So this is really Splatoon 1 Deluxe instead of Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
I'll let our viewers be the judge of that.
I'm sure they have an opinion.
Yeah. Stardew Valley, one of the biggest indie games ever, period, is coming to Nintendo Switch. Steep is coming to Nintendo Switch. So also Super Bomberman R.
Oh, I love Super Bomberman.
And I
what
believe
does R mean?
I believe it's Super Bomberman R that is the game that added all of these weird anime girls to it.
Is it?
You should look it up. Tell me. Look up Super Bomberman R and see if you get a bunch of anime girls on your phone.
I'm hoping
your wife can see later.
The next thing you're gonna say is Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Really? There's one coming out?
There is a Super Smash Brothers coming out for the Switch.
Well, now I'm gonna Super Bomberman.
But I don't think they've confirmed the actual title yet, so it's not on the
list.
confirmed list.
Oh.
But I believe they've said that it will come out. They just haven't
Bomberman
given a title yet.
Super Bomberman R, 5 out of 5.
Do you see a bunch of anime girls?
Like that?
Yeah,
That's not
kind of
really
like
anime
that.
Girls.
So also Super Mario Odyssey is coming out. That's the only Mario game. It looks like it's a sequel to Super Mario 64. Siberia 3 and Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers.
Okay.
You thought we had no more Street Fighter 2s to play. Boom, there's another one coming.
So this looks like just a regular Bomberman. Like
maybe it's in like the FMVs in between. I remember there being something about that. Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, and World of Goo.
World of Goo's fun.
And then 2 big ones to end it off. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is a sequel to a huge game that was always Nintendo. It's not made by Nintendo, but it is exclusive to their hardware. And lastly, for you fans who always wanted a Banjo-Kazooie sequel but haven't gotten one, the Yooka-Laylee, which is sort of the not really a sequel, right? We all know it's really Banjo-Kazooie, but they can't say that because they don't have the rights.
Okay.
It's being made by the exact same team that made Banjo-Kazooie, including the same music artist. So pretty cool.
I was hoping for a Super Smash Brothers announcement and some kind of direction for Super Smash Brothers. Super Monkey Balls, one of my favorite Super games.
Really?
Well, because it has some great mini games. Like, there was no Mario Party. I was just hoping for some more multiplayer focused. I know there were some, and I guess it's a new generation of them that I've never played before. But
I think all of those things will come. But one of the big criticisms of the Wii U was it was like all the games we expected. It was like, another Mario Kart, which is great, but we expected it. Another Smash Brothers, which is great, but we expected it. Mario Parties, like it was all the things we were like, okay, this is just.
Mario Parties are kind of getting repetitive, but they're fun to play.
It's like the Wii had all the games from the GameCube that we expected, and then the Wii U just had all the games from the Wii that we expected.
Okay.
So I think they wanted out the gate to have some like fresh titles. 1, 2, Switch, ARMS, Snipper Clips. These are games that are like. What they're trying to say without saying it is this isn't just a rehash of every game again that we're releasing. Although they're gonna come out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the question: we went through the list of confirmed games. These are the games that you're gonna get if you get a Nintendo Switch.
Right.
Is it enough to sell you on one?
So I had the same concern. Final price, right? So we did a room in my church, youth pastor. We talked about this in the context of, and this was in Faith and Whatever, is it a good game for a youth group, And I was like, at first I was yes, but then the way that I wanted to play it with my students, I needed so many more controllers. So now I'm looking at.
They're like $70 or $80 a piece.
I'm looking at like a $750 budget. So now let's say that's all I had, right? Let's say that an elder donated $750, buy a gaming console. I just don't know if I would buy the Switch. Because at that price, I could buy a PS4 Pro, 2 controllers, and some games.
Yeah, or you could buy a PS4 Pro and a PSVR for about $800.
Yeah, so I want to play the Switch. I think I'd prefer the Switch if it as it should be, since it should be. I guess it is 25% cheaper, but but the way they advertise you playing it with having all these controllers and all these fun attachments, it does not become cheaper.
Yeah.
It becomes more expensive. And one of the things that I have noticed, and I don't know if it's true of this, is the PlayStation, I think hardware is just made a little bit better. They lasted a little bit longer. So I'm looking at these Switch controllers and I'm going to be thinking, well, that's only going to last the summer. Then I'm going to
when you have a bunch of different kids using them, right?
Yeah.
Kids don't take care of things, right?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, you're right. And our room doesn't have carpet. So imagine how many kids are going to play 1, 2 Switch and it's going to fly off their hand and land on the ground and there goes 6 buttons. So what I really hope that happens is, not that I want third-party controllers. I just hope that we maybe see a discount in a year from now on some of this stuff.
That didn't happen with the Wii or the Wii U.
You're right.
Yeah, but the best you can get is they did some pack-ins where you got a game with a controller. So I remember when they came out with Wii Sports 2, it came out with a controller. So it felt like for $59.99 or $49.99, I can't remember which one it was, you got a game and a controller, so it felt like kind of 2 for 1.
Yeah.
So that's the best you could probably hope for.
See, for us, we never play. We have no need to take it off the TV and play it with one person. I'm not going to go grabbing this thing and playing it throughout the week. I'm not going to let a student borrow it. So I think, in our format, PS4 might be the better way to go.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm in a place where if I buy it, it's pretty much just for Zelda and Mario. But is Zelda and Mario worth $300 to me? I'm gonna admit I'm kind of on the fence right now, which means I haven't bought it.
Yeah.
Right. It hasn't convinced me fully, and that's my final say. I'm not fully convinced, but I'm gonna think about it further. And with that, let's be out. We'll check out the description below for all of our Twitter information. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. That'd do us a big favor. Thank you so much for watching.